Hi everyone, it's Ashley, and I'm here today to do another scrapbooking process video called Love. And this one is completely credited to Nancy Damiano for her original idea of pockets and stitching. And since 2Ps is no longer going to be here, I figured I would copy this layout. I've been wanting to do it ever since I saw her original one in November 14th, 2013. And I'm showing you the papers I'm going to be using. A lot of it's from the Pebbles collection, and I pretty much copy her idea, like her layout. I I saw it, and it's actually what led me to buy the products. So she did a great job. I wanted to, of course, my different photos and stuff like that. And I'm so sad that they're closing, and this was one of my favorite bookmarks, so I figured I'd go ahead and do it. I'm just trimming all the papers. The main chevron is from Chic Tags, Happy Place Called Bliss, and I loved it because I don't know if you caught it, but it was an ombre effect. The wood grain is Amy Tangerine Cut and Paste Grainy Goodness, and that green polka dot was from Pebbles From Me to You called Mail. And then the little words say hello, and it is called Message from Pebbles Me to You. And I also use the back side, which is a dot on it. And I just go ahead and cut it. And again, I'll link her original video down in the description below. She uses some Pebbles collection, but not this exact one. This collection does match the mini envelopes that we use the same. So she did use the collection from this. And you'll see that I was going to do a really big piece of hello, but I I waste all that paper, so I just use my scraps so it looks like it goes all the way down, but I really have that big piece of paper left over. And I was watching her video as I was doing this for a little bit, just to refresh my memory, and she said she had added, I believe hers is pink, but she added this little banner to ground her photos. And I decided that I really liked the idea, so I just used the back side of that hello paper. And I was going to originally do photos from New Year's Day. We always go to my grandparents' house and have cabbage and beans and all that. It's supposed to be for good luck. But I really have the picture of the guys that come and the girls. I didn't have a group of all of us. And I was really struggling with how to get both of these photos on, because in her original layout she uses a really adorable photo of like 3 children, but it's on one photo, and so I'm having a lot of problems. I can't get it because I'll cut off my uncle, and I can't do the other way, I'll cut off my grandfather, and I can't do the picture of the girls because I'll cut off either my grandma or my aunt, and it ends up, I guess I could have made it work, but with the stitching that we do, it would have been all over the place on the photo. And here I am, I'm taking some of the Pebbles From Me to You, the mini envelopes, and this is the reason why I bought these envelopes. I always had them in my cart, but I never knew what I would do with them, and then her layout came out, and so it was perfect. And again, I'm still struggling. So I know you're probably thinking, why is this layout called Love? Well, we are family, and I guess that could be love, but in the end, I do switch out the photo. In fact, you see me rummaging through a big stack of photos that I need to scrapbook. And I eventually decide on one of my husband and I, hence the title Love. That was taken at Easter of this year. And it will actually be that one. And it's kind of dark in the photo, and I apologize. I didn't have any of my lights on in my room beside my chandelier, so I will be using that one. And I just need to be sure that that is the one that works for this. But this just shows you the real scrapbooking, where I go with one idea and then I switch it. And then I was going to do a photo of my mom and I, but I just decided to go ahead and do the layout with my husband and I. So I'm going to go ahead and trim and adhere everything down. just going to go ahead and trim everything, and I will be putting down, I want to make sure I get the spacing right. And I know that my layout is a little bit different than hers. She doesn't have as big of a wood grain background, and hers, her envelopes are closer. And I figured I just wanted to match the photo on this Amy Tangerine cut and paste. Or was it My Mind's Eye? I believe it was My Mind's Eye, I'm sorry. My Mind's Eye, and it's just kind of like, it looks like it was splattered or misted, and it's hard to tell from this far up. And I'm just looking at my inspiration and looking to see what she does, and it looks like it gets really close to my face, but I don't know what I was doing there. And I think I'm nervous to start the stitching part. I think this is what I'm looking at. I decided to use the We Are Memory Keepers stitching thing, and I know she had cut out with a silhouette, and I didn't have time to do all that. I wanted to finish this pretty fast since I had some time by myself today, and I just decided to hand cut a heart, kind of like what you do in elementary school. And I just want to make sure it doesn't cover up my face or my husband's face, or the stitching would go through there. And once I decide it works, I'm just going to go ahead and adhere everything down, and then I'll trace it with a pencil. And there you could see that ombre chevron pretty fast. And I love Chic Tags, the brand. Their paper, if you haven't felt it, it is so thick and it just feels like high quality. I just love it. And again, I'm so glad I could just use these little scraps versus a whole piece of paper. And then the person looking at it, your eye would think that it goes the entire length of that wood grain. Working on spacing, and I really love the dark grain wood. I should probably buy more of those. It's just a good staple to have, whether it be for matting photos or a background. And it does come with more envelopes than that. I was really happy to see her when she used that really bright, loud floral one, and I decided that I'd be able to use it too, since I don't think I would be able to use it any other time. It's really not my style. It's pretty busy. But now the rest of them I think I could use on cards or other scrapbook pages or tucked away. So I'm just going to put everything back into the original place. Okay, and there is my hand-cut heart. It's not perfect, but you know what? That's what's going to make it really neat looking. So I just take a pencil and I lightly trace around the whole heart. And my papers are pretty dark, and I didn't have any issues, except for on the photo, of course. It didn't go on the photo, so I kind of had to fake that area a little bit. And I think I show you, but I don't know. You can kind of see it. And then I'm going to be taking the We Are Memory Keepers So Easy kit, and it has that foam mat so I don't ruin my work surface. And then I'm going to be just going ahead and keeping it easy and just doing their floss, even though I have embroidery floss. She uses a white color, and I decided a light pink would be really good to use. So just to keep it easy, I was going to use the ones that I bought to go with this, and I'm having issues with the strap. And I get it off, and of course it was the one right there that I needed. And it is the We Are Memory Keepers So Easy, and that one is called the Pinks. So it's got 3 shades of pink, and I'll be using the light one. And then the needles are kept in the thing that makes all the holes. You can do shapes and patterns. And then that is the Basil, oh my goodness, paper piercer, I guess. And I'm just going to go ahead and poke holes. I do not show you the whole entire thing, but what I'm doing is I'm evenly spacing, or as much as I can, around. And it's, again, hard to see with the dark green. Okay, so I went ahead and I punched all the holes. You can kind of see the spacing there on that white oval. And I am doing a simple back stitch. And if you don't know how to do that, there's tons of YouTube videos that will show you. It's a very easy stitch once you get going. And I do this around the entire heart, and I'm not gonna lie, it takes a lot more time than you would think. I think in her video she says it took her an hour. I'm pretty sure it took me right around that, but I've been watching YouTube videos the entire time of doing this, so it probably took me longer than I needed. Okay, that's the back, and I just used tape to hold the ends, and it did take me several times. And you'll notice that I'm pulling up my camera. Off camera, I needed some direction since the video was getting kind of long. I went ahead and I took a picture of how I wanted my embellishments, and then I'll be doing it. And that's a We Are Sorry. 2Ps a long time ago had messed up my order and had sent me this shine flare. So I'm going to use it, and it had a really sticky glue dot on it that I'll replace with a pop dot. I know, I'm very sad that they're closing. That's like a place that I would go every night and look at the message boards and the galleries, and I'd purchase some classes, which I'm kind of upset that I won't be able to see them. And again, I'm just kind of looking. I'm going to put the shine flare there, and then I'll be using these Studio Calico, the Starburst plastic shapes, and I'm so glad to be using some of these because a lot came in the little packaging. And it kind of works with the colors, so I was excited to use that. So there's that little cluster, and my phone keeps turning off, and then I'll be using this. Came in a Bella Boulevard, one of her little packs of a whole bunch of like paper embellishments, and then I'm using the last one of the Girls Papery embellishment, which I'm so sad that they were no longer making embellishments, but it was my last one and I'm excited. And then I'm using a Jenny Bolin mini ticket, and I'm just going to go ahead and adhere those down, and I am pop dotting, or actually it already came with the pop dot on that embellishment. I'm so happy I used it all up, but now I'm sad that it's gone. This is a Freckled Fawn wood veneer from one of their kits each month, and it says Soulmate. And I believe those are Fancy Pants cork heart shapes, and they're pretty thick. Okay, and then I'll be using an Amy Tangerine with my Stampin' Up! Basic black marker, and I'm going to be stamping on a tab punch that you'll see me using, and it's the Fiskars Jenny Bolin label punch, and it says Love, Love, Love. But I mess it up. Well, I don't mess it up. It doesn't go as dark. So you'll see that I punched it and then stamped it, and then I decided to do it again, and you'll see I kind of did it at the bottom, and I kind of liked it up at the top of the tab, like where you would normally write something, so I decided to do it again. And this time I'm going to stamp it first and then punch it. And I like that one a lot better. And I'll be using my Mind's Eye Now and Then enamel dots, and this is an adorable pack. The gray ones are actually glittered, so I think that's a fun little thing. And then only one row is glittered. The rest are just the normal enamel dots. And I'm just making a couple little clusters. And then these are the American Crafts Stroll Thickers, and they're just a really dark brown, and I'm going to be spelling out the title Love. And you'll see that I put it on the wax paper trick where you can put it on wax paper and move it around. And there are several places where I thought I was always going to do it in the top left area, kind of the top of the heart, but this brown matches that wood grain almost to a perfect match. So I decided I'm going to do it there. It could be kind of cool to put it on the wood grain down there. I end up using it on the Love, or on the one of the envelopes, the one that has like the newspaper print. And I just decided to go ahead and attach that little flap down. And then my husband calls, and I'm actually talking to him as I'm doing this video. I gotta multitask. And then this is a tag, and I'm not sure where this came from. I don't know if it's from the Crepe Paper, the Pure collection, or something, but it came in one of the big packs, and I'm just trimming it down so that it fits in there. So my journaling is hidden, and I just trim it to where it fits perfect in that envelope. And I just write about how he's my soulmate to kind of go along with the freckled fawn, and that I love him, and I'm so glad I found him, and that it was taken in 2014. And that would pretty much be the page. So I'm just going to go ahead and finish, and then I'll show you some close-ups of it. And again, thank you, Nancy, for your wonderful inspiration. It made me buy the products and use them in a way I've never used stuff before. So thank you guys for watching, and I hope everyone has a wonderful day. Bye!